Welcome to Madison City Channel's Know Your Candidates interviews, co-sponsored by the League of Women Voters of Dane County. I'm your interviewer, Gail Bliss, and I would like to introduce Nasra Wehelie, running for District 80 of the State Assembly. As we begin, I'd like you to give an opening statement as to the educational, vocational, and civic experience you have, which qualifies you for this office, and why you are running for State Assembly.
Thank you, Gail. Thank you to the League of Wisconsin Voters of Dane County. And thank you for the City of Madison for facilitating this interview. Good afternoon. I am running, my name is Nasra Wehelie. My journey began as an immigrant 35 years ago in Madison, Wisconsin. I have dedicated myself, my time, and my commitment to the life of the community for education, women empowerment, community service, and advocating for equitable and positive change. Currently, I'm an alder for District 7 at City of Madison, and I'm running for the Wisconsin State Assembly New District 80, which comprises of 4 aldermanic districts. Since the fair maps, the district has changed significantly. My political journey is driven by my passion in community service. I have served over 12 board organizations, including Dane County Boys and Girls Club and League of Wisconsin Municipalities. I care about equity, justice, and participation. And I look forward to answering all the questions you may have.
Thank you. Is there any process you believe the Wisconsin legislature should put into place now for redistricting after the next national census?
Yes. So as an alder 2021, I was part of the redistricting committee. And Wisconsin current legislation redistricting system has been criticized as fostering gerrymandering, and where district boundaries are drawn in favor of one political party over the other. So I think a fair redistricting process should include independent redistricting commission composed of both nonpartisan, so that it's not favoring one party or the other. And the process should be as much transparent as possible, but also should be also outreach into the community so that they know what's going on.
Thank you. What issues, if any, do you think you could work on effectively in a bipartisan manner in the next session?
So serving on the Madison Common Council, most of the issues that we face in Madison area or Dane County is housing. However, one of the key issues that I'm really passionate about and really encouraging me to run is to advocate for legislation to allow municipalities to implement local sales tax, ensuring that a revised formula addresses disparities and providing equitable funding, like Madison, that has unique needs and responsibilities. And the reason why I say that is Madison is the engine for state of Wisconsin. We have the university, we have the state office, and we have so much great organization, high-tech companies. And yet we don't get our share of the shared revenue. So my hope is to work with my colleagues at the legislature and to have the sales tax as soon as we can do that, so that Madison can get its fair shared revenue.
Thank you. What role, if any, do you think the legislature should have in addressing conditions in Wisconsin's state prisons?
I think that's another reason why I am running for this, working at the Madison Area Urban Ministry, where we helped individuals who are coming from prison, integrate them into the community is so important. And we can be able to do we help those individuals after they were incarcerated and coming to the community. My hope and my advocacy for the prison system is how we can create a fair treatment in the prison system and creating a policy that aims improving conditions in correctional institutions so that the inmates are not mistreated, but also they are given the opportunity to be human and given the vocational training and taken care of. The prison system is so overcrowded and they are so mistreated. And at the city level, we don't have that policy that we can be able to implement because it's implemented in the state area. Additionally, I'll work hard to expand the educational and vocational opportunities so that they can be able to get their GED if they are still in prison, or technical training that they can get so that when they come home, they can be able to get jobs. So I think reforming the prison system is very important to me as a person who lived experience working with individuals who have come from those populations. So my passion is creating policy that's more conducive to the prison system, but also the inmates are treated fairly and justly.
Thank you. What role do you think the state legislature has in ensuring successful outcomes for all students, including those with disabilities?
Thank you. As a parent of 4 children who went to public school, I feel the schools, regardless, the public school should have fully funded, and we have to be able to assess the need of those students who have disability. It's not one size fits all. And we have to be able to see ensuring that schools has resources to improve outcome for students with disabilities, but also giving professional training for the teachers so that they can be able to educate those students who have disabilities. In the state legislature, I will fully fund professional development initiatives for the teachers, focusing on specialized education or instructional strategies so that they can be able to focus and give opportunities to those students who have disabilities. Sometimes we try to fund, our teachers are so exhausted to not having enough fundings, and to have fully funded at the public school, it's really critical so that, teachers can focus on the needs of those students who have disabilities, and having the professional development, how to cater to those students is so profound.
Thank you. What are the steps you believe the legislature should take to further address mental health and substance abuse disorders?
I think, having a lived experience and working over 15 years with nonprofit in various areas, whether it's the mental health, whether it's the criminal justice system, whether it's education, whether it's women issues, mental health is so important that people needs to understand. And the state legislature is the forefront of how our community are taken care of. And number one is the funding. If we have funding for those, organizations that are really catering to the mental health, or, parents with the, mental health issues, I think it's very important that we fund, but also we implement policy that can help to address those mental health. An example is the schools. When we have students who have mental health, sometimes we don't look at the needs of those students. So looking into the need of the students and putting some fully funded programs that can address the mental health is important. And any other areas that substance use, and, working at the city, we have seen homelessness where, we look at the side effect of the what's happening, but we don't look at the root causes. For example, even with homelessness, we see the majority of those homelessness, they have issues with mental health. So addressing those mental health, substance abuse, putting fundings into those areas is very important so that we can have a healthy and happy communities. We don't have to stigmatize the mental health or substance abuse. And by doing so, we are allowing that we cater and we understand the root causes and solve those root causes to implement strategies and problem solving for the mental health or substance use.
Thank you. What other priorities do you have for your term in office?
I think, I have various priorities as a woman in immigrant woman, Black woman, and Muslim women. There are a lot of issues addressing women in today's society. The reproductive health care is important. The childcare is important, and women representation. That's why I'm even running for this office, is to have more women into leadership and more women into the position of politics or businesses. That's one priority, that every woman has the right to participate in the political space, but also have leadership in participating in the leadership positions. The other piece that I'm really working on is that there's housing. As I said earlier in my opening statement, housing crisis is very profound. And one way to address that is passing a legislation or revisiting the rezoning policy, which has been particularly difficult for even Wisconsin or Madison to have more housing supplies. So again, the housing inclusionary zoning is one of the things that I'm really looking into on how we can do that. I have been, like I said, over 15 years in Madison. I have seen the nuances of housing crisis, but more so how we can be able to provide housing, but also protecting the tenants' protection, and also providing some incentives when it comes to the housing. I will support policies that have more incentive in home ownership as well, so that it's not only we're relying on rental and apartment rental, but also more housing.
Thank you. What would you like to say to the viewing audience as we complete this interview?
I think what I will say is, first, thank you so very much for the opportunity to be with you this afternoon. I thank the League of Wisconsin Voters for Dane County, the City of Madison for facilitating. But also, if you are District 80 and watching this video, I want to thank you. I have the opportunity of knocking doors and meeting with various constituents who really care about the issue that really matters to them. The issue that matters to them is not being heard, not being represented, a very divided political environment, wrong or right, and so forth. My hope is I'll be the person who has been really champion in building bridges, bringing people together, collaborating with different people from different views. And I hope that I can be able to earn your vote. If you haven't seen my website, please go to my website, nasra4wi.com. This district is very important to engage in the District 80 residents. It encompasses almost majority of Madison residents, which is 4 districts, District 7, District 20, District 9, and District 1, along with the Verona and Verona and town of Middleton and Cross Plains. So Madison has been a great city for Wisconsin. It's the growing economic engine, and we need to be represented. Additionally, when I heard from my constituents that I'm knocking doors, some of the issues that they really care about is the housing, and I'll champion that, housing. Women issues, like I said earlier, it's very important. No woman should compromise her career and over her childcare. So having opportunity for incentives to provide childcare and reproductive right. No government should be, should not say about the women's body, and they should have the freedom to choose what they do. Finally, is the criminal justice system or equity. As an equity specialist, I am looking forward to looking into the lens of what are the unintended consequences when we make decisions in the policy. So my hope is working hard, hearing my constituents what are the needs and their issues are, and then championing at the state level and champion policy that really matters to them, but also collaborating with them and talking to them and hearing them, engaging them, and being an advocate, but also a partner with my constituents at District 80. So I'm looking forward for your vote, and I hope you will support me. And I hope if you have any questions, please reach out to me and I'll be happy to meet with you.
Thank you. I want to thank Nasra Wehelie for speaking with us and thank the viewing audience for taking time to know your candidates. I want to remind everyone that primary election day is Tuesday, August 13th, and the general election is Tuesday, November 5th. Every election is important. Please vote. On behalf of Madison City Channel and the League of Women Voters of Dane County, I thank you for joining us.